Hi guys, Delu Laguna. Obviously, it's been a joke of a season. We know it's a big summer coming, both for the playing staff and backroom staff. We've seen a couple of our backroom staff leave, had rumours of people leaving, rumours of people coming in. Again, it's like every week a new backroom staff, whether it's a scout, coach, or what have you, is linked with a move somewhere else. So you can be rest assured that both for the playing staff and backroom staff, it's going to be a big summer. Now, more specifically, you hear rumours of Ivan wanting change, rumours of Ivan saying certain things before we played City or a game like that, I believe. Who knows? Maybe he watched my video and felt let's do something for the Laguna and the Arsenal fans who watch him. Who knows, man? You lot probably did. But I did see something in the paper today about Wenger having second thoughts about bringing in ex-players and things like that, and it had me thinking, and I thought to just share it with you. Let's get into it. Obviously, I would say personally my stance on the director of football, or whatever technical and fancy roles you have, technical director, whatever you want to call it, I'm all for them, but it has to be right. We've seen it go wrong. You look at Chelsea, you look at I believe his name's Umalomo or something. Forgive me for pronunciation. I mean, no offense to the guy, but you've seen his recent reports. He's having loggerheads with Conte. He had problems with Jose. Numerous players that were signed that Jose didn't ask for. The guy that went to Sunderland, the Reading defender they bought, things like that. It's not the first club this happens at. It won't be the last. Sometimes with a director of football, it can be a thing where the manager's going to be given players he quite frankly doesn't want, and he's going to have to work with them. Obviously, when results don't go his way, his head is the person that's going to fall for it. You've even seen that Spurs, until recently, Pochettino did some good work. A couple of their signings were by a director of football. But it can also be done right. It can also be done very well. When it works very well. David Dean, Mr. Forward Thinking, was here before Wenger, identified Wenger. He was the bridge. David Dean was the businessman. Wenger was the footballing man. They understood each other well. They understood each other's sectors. They understood what the beneficial points each bring to each other. It worked in harmony to the point Wenger wanted to call it a day when David Dean stepped down. I mean, he constantly in charge of signing contracts, constantly in charge of making sure key players sign contracts. You go and look at the Vieira saga. There was a time when we were able to keep our best players. Like I said, the Vieira saga, he was forward thinking. I can assure you guys, if David Dean was here, Mesut Ozil and Alexis Sanchez, they would have signed new deals, or they would have been off. A couple other players as well, because he knows what it means. And for me, Wenger, you claim you love the club. I know that you love the club, but like you said, you're going to leave us with rich resources. If you left today, we would have good resources, a decent playing squad, promising youth players, big financial reserves, which I get annoyed about not spending. But if you claim you love us, you're not going to be here every day for the rest of your life. There's going to be a time when you walk away. Why not help smooth the transition for us, make it easier? You saw at United, Ferguson knew everything from top to bottom. He's gone. They're not where they are. If you love us, you should be employing people and employing certain people of different what's the word I'm looking for? Let's just say different plus points and things like that to bring us to the club so that they can do a job. So when you call it a day, nothing happens to us on the scale of United, because we haven't got the money to keep pouring and trying to get back like them. You claim you love us. Like the club, we already know how retarded Arsenal is. It relies on you. It's so stupid how a big club can rely on anyone. You couldn't do this at Munich, any other club. You are the heartbeat, sadly, of this club. You're the nucleus. If you love us, you should make it so we can function when you go. And when you look at, like I said, Alexis and Ozil's contracts, we had to let Gnabry go, who I was very angry about, for pennies on the pound because of his contract. You can't do it all. It's a lot to be a manager running the day-to-day business, let alone I have to deal with contracts, training facilities, upgrading facilities. Players want new contracts, identifying targets. And added to that, I'll say, wow, I just hit something on the head with the target thing. Let's take this. I do believe we should improve our scouting department, but identifying top players has never been a problem. You look at Griezmann, you look at Royce, you look at Hazard, the numerous other Aubameyang, numerous other players that we've identified. How many times have we said we've tried? We need to be aggressive when we get a target in that, because football nowadays, if we're looking at a player, other teams are going to look at them purely because we are going to look at them, and and we do that to other teams. That's how football is nowadays. You can't keep anything a secret. You need to be fast when we see something. Act first, because we there's no good doing this whole we tried to get Griezmann, we tried to get this, we tried to get that. We need to be serious, and then that would allow Wenger clearly, even Mpepe, we talk about Mpepe in the summer. If Wenger identified him this summer, the director of football goes and does the business. Even look at Everton. I mean, not Everton. Well, he's now at Everton, but Steve Walsh, the Leicester director of football. Look at their signings and what they did. Obviously, Leicester, we all know the fairy tale, but you see what things can do. Look at Seville with their guy who's rumored to be off to either PSG or Roma. Dani Alves, Rakitic, several other players that helped Seville do what their ambitions for the league and help the club make a profit. It can be done. Football nowadays, it can't be. We need multiple strengths and multiple things for people to do. Like, we can't keep going on like this. Even if we had a proper director of football, we said we were badly advised. That nonsense we did was a Suarez 40 million and a pound nonsense. If we had David Dean or someone with director of football who knows the ins and outs, they would have studied that properly. They would have studied the move properly rather than trying to be smug and say, oh, look, we took the best striker in the league at the time, or one of them, for peanuts. That wouldn't happen. Even if we carry on with the Suarez example, when he was begging in the papers to join us, director of football, you get that done. Go and look at David Dean when it came to signing Ian Wright, when it came to Bergkamp, when it came to new contracts. Go on YouTube, the very thing that I'm posting a video on. That's just it. Like, it can go very wrong. Of course, directors of football can go very wrong, but they can also go very right. Like, again, you claim if you love us, you should make the transition easier for us to be able to function when you've gone. Like, of course it can, like I said, of course it can go wrong. But in short, guys, director of football, technical director, any such role, I'm all for it if it's the right person and the right man with the right principles. Delili Guna, I'm signing out. Thanks for watching.